Greatness is not given. It's earned in the hours when you choose to work harder than anyone else. When you push beyond comfort and refuse to quit even when no one is watching. This is how champions are made. If you're ready to break limits, outwork the competition, and build a life that no one can take from you, this is the moment that changes everything. Stay with me, because today, you're going to discover the mindset that separates winners from the rest, and how you can be one of them. Number 1, take control of your life and stop making excuses. You have the power to change your life. Right now, there's no need to wait for a new month, a new week, or a new day. The truth is, you are the one who controls your future. You are the one who determines where you go, what you achieve, and what you become. It all starts with you deciding right here, right now, that you're no longer going to let excuses hold you back. Stop blaming your circumstances. Stop blaming the people around you. It's time to take responsibility for your life, your choices, and your actions. No one else is going to do it for you. Nobody else is going to wake you up at 5 a.m. and tell you to go to the gym. No one else is going to push you when you want to quit. If you want to create the life of your dreams, you need to stop making excuses and start taking control. This moment, right now, is the most important one you've ever had. It's the moment where everything can change. If you decide to take control, if you decide to stop making excuses. You see, we all have reasons why we can't do things. We all have stories. We all have struggles. But the difference between the ones who succeed and the ones who don't is simple. Successful people don't let their excuses define them. They don't let the things they can't control stop them from doing the things they can control. Every single person you admire, every successful person you look up to, has been in your shoes. They've had doubts, they've had struggles, they've faced obstacles, but they didn't let it stop them. They didn't allow themselves to be paralyzed by fear or overwhelmed by circumstances. Instead, they chose to take control. They made a decision to stop making excuses, to rise above their struggles, and to keep moving forward. And that's what you need to do right now. There's no such thing as a perfect moment. There's no such thing as the right time. That's an illusion. The only moment that matters is now. Don't wait for things to line up perfectly. Don't wait for the stars to align. If you wait for the perfect opportunity, you'll never get started. There will always be something. There will always be a reason not to. And that's how your life slips away from you, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. You can make excuses. You can say you don't have enough time. You can say you don't have the money. You can say you don't have the knowledge. But all of those are just excuses. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that circumstances need to be perfect in order to succeed. But that's not how life works. You create your success by taking action. You create your success by doing what needs to be done, even when it's not convenient, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. When you take control of your life, when you stop making excuses, you open up a world of possibility. Suddenly, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Every time you stop blaming the outside world and look within, you empower yourself to take charge. You realize that the power to change your life has always been within you. All you need to do is take the first step. Now, this doesn't mean that things will always be easy. In fact, it will often be difficult. But that's where growth happens. Growth doesn't come from doing what's easy. It comes from doing what's hard. It comes from facing adversity and pushing through it. It comes from making the decision to keep going, even when everything around you is telling you to stop. You can't sit around waiting for the world to give you permission to be great. You have to claim your greatness. You have to step into your power. You have to decide, today, that you are going to take full responsibility for your life. You are going to stop waiting for things to get better. You are going to stop making excuses and start taking action. You might not have all the resources right now. You might not know exactly what the next step is, but that doesn't matter. The important thing is that you get started. The most successful people in the world didn't know everything when they started. They didn't have all the answers, but they took action anyway. They took the first step, then the next, and the next. And before they knew it, they were well on their way to where they wanted to be. But that doesn't happen if you keep making excuses. You can't sit around waiting for someone to hand you success. You have to create it yourself. You have to take control of your life, take responsibility for your future, and take massive action toward your goals. One of the most powerful things you can do is to commit to your goals and stop making excuses. Commit to doing the work every single day, even when you don't feel like it. When you take consistent action, even on the days you feel like quitting, that's when you start seeing results. Success is built on the foundation of discipline and consistency. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that success is something that happens overnight. It's easy to think that people just wake up one day and everything falls into place. But that's a fantasy. Success is a result of the small, everyday actions you take. It's the work you do when no one is watching. It's the hours you put in when others are resting. It's the effort you put in every day, even when it seems like nothing is happening. Don't wait for a miracle. Don't wait for someone to give you permission. You are the one who holds the key to your future. When you stop making excuses and start taking action, you will start to see the changes you want in your life. Your life will transform before your eyes, but only if you take full responsibility for it. No one else is coming to do it for you. It's time to stop blaming everything around you and start taking ownership of your life. You have the power. You have the ability. The question is, will you step up and take control? Will you stop making excuses and start making progress? It's all in your hands. You can choose today to take full responsibility for your life. You can choose today to stop making excuses and start taking massive action. The choice is yours, and the time is now. It's time to rise up and take control of your life. Stop making excuses. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop letting fear and doubt control your actions. Start taking responsibility. Start taking action. And most importantly, start believing that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible. Today is the day everything changes. The power to create the life you want is in your hands. It's time to take control and make it happen. Number 2, push through your fears and unlock your full potential. You have no idea what you're truly capable of until you push past every fear that's holding you back. Most people live their lives scared, hesitant, and afraid of what might happen if they step outside their comfort zone. But here's the truth. It's not the fear that stops you. It's how you respond to it that makes all the difference. The people who achieve the most in this world don't do so by avoiding their fears. They do so by walking through them, by confronting them head on and deciding, I'm not going to let this stop me. That's where your true power lies. Fear is a natural part of the human experience. Everyone feels it. Every successful person you admire. They face the same fears you have. The difference is, they didn't let those fears dictate their actions. They didn't shrink in the face of fear. They stepped forward, they faced it, and they kept going. It's not about the fear itself. It's about how you handle it, how you push through it, and how you let it fuel your growth. Imagine what your life would look like if you stopped letting fear hold you back. What could you accomplish if you took that one step forward, even when your heart is racing, even when your mind is telling you to stop, even when everything inside of you is screaming, don't do it. That's where the magic happens. The moment you decide to push through, that's the moment you unlock your potential. And trust me, that potential is limitless. It's far beyond what you can even imagine right now. But you won't tap into it if you keep hiding behind your fears. You're already capable of more than you realize. But fear is blocking you from seeing it. Fear lies to you. It tells you that you're not good enough. It tells you that you don't have what it takes. It tells you that you'll fail. But here's the reality. Fear is just a story you've been telling yourself. And it's a story that has no basis in fact. It's just a set of assumptions, a narrative you've bought into that holds you back from taking action and moving forward in your life. Once you recognize that, once you realize that fear is just a barrier in your mind, you can break through it. The best way to overcome fear is by taking action. The more you act, the less power fear has over you. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, every time you make a move despite feeling scared, you build confidence. You get stronger. Fear starts to lose its grip on you, and you realize that it was never as powerful as you thought. It was just a shadow, a trick of the mind. And the more you face it, the less control it has over you. It becomes just another part of the process, another obstacle you know you can conquer. But here's the thing, you'll never feel ready. Fear will always show up when you're about to take a big step. It will try to talk you out of moving forward, telling you that you're not prepared, that it's not the right time, that you're going to fail. But let me tell you something, Waiting for the perfect moment is a trap. It doesn't exist. The right time to act is now. And if you wait until you feel completely ready, you'll miss every opportunity that comes your way. The most successful people don't wait until everything is perfect. They jump in, they take risks, and they learn as they go. You have to trust yourself, even when it feels uncomfortable. Trust that you have everything inside you to figure it out as you go along. The fear will never go away completely, but you can use it as fuel instead of letting it stop you. Don't let it hold you back. Don't let it stop you from moving toward the life you want. When you look back on your life, you won't regret the risks you took, but you will regret the chances you didn't take, the opportunities you let slip away because you were too scared to act. Fear will always try to pull you back into your comfort zone. But if you want to grow, if you want to achieve something incredible, you have to step outside of that zone. You have to learn to embrace the discomfort. It's in the discomfort that you find growth. It's when you push past the fear that you discover what you're truly capable of. You have to take action, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when you're not sure if you'll succeed. Take a moment to think about your life right now. What's holding you back? What are you afraid of? Is it the fear of failure? The fear of judgment? The fear of not being good enough? Whatever it is, recognize that it's just fear. And fear doesn't have to control you. You are in control. You get to decide how you react to it. You get to choose whether you let it hold you back or whether you push through it and take the next step. Every time you step through fear, you get closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. Remember, fear is not something to be ashamed of. It's something everyone experiences. But what separates the ones who succeed from those who don't is the ability to act despite the fear. The ones who succeed are the ones who refuse to let fear dictate their choices. They understand that fear is a normal part of the process. And rather than retreating from it, they walk right through it. You need to decide that fear will no longer control your actions. You need to make the commitment today that you will push through your fears, that you will unlock your full potential by facing the challenges in front of you. When you make that decision, when you take that action, you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. Fear will lose its power, and you'll begin to see yourself in a completely new light. You'll see that you are stronger, braver, and more capable than you ever thought possible. There is no limit to what you can achieve if you are willing to push through your fears. The path to success is not without obstacles, but those obstacles are there to help you grow. They are there to teach you, to strengthen you, and to make you better. Embrace the fear, embrace the challenge, and watch as you unlock your true potential. You are more powerful than you know, and it's time to step into that power. Don't let fear stop you. Take that first step, and everything else will fall into place. Number 3, embrace daily habits that will transform your future. You can transform your entire future by making one simple decision. Commit to the daily habits that will change your life. Every single day you make choices, whether small or large, that either move you toward your goals or push you further away. The reality is, your future is not a random event. It's the product of the actions you take right now. What you do today determines where you'll be tomorrow. So the question isn't whether you can change your life. It's whether you're willing to put in the work, to make the commitment, and to build those habits that will shape the future you want. If you're like most people, you've probably found yourself wishing for something better, for more success, or for a breakthrough that seems just out of reach. The truth is, those breakthroughs don't happen by chance. They happen through consistent effort, through creating habits that align with the person you want to become. What makes the difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't is the simple fact that the successful people don't wait for the perfect moment. They make their moment happen. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline and consistency. They make the decision to show up every day, even when they don't feel like it. They understand that success doesn't happen overnight. It's the small daily actions that compound over time and lead to massive transformation. Building habits that will change your life requires focus and determination. It's not easy, and it won't always feel like you're making progress, but it's in those small, seemingly insignificant actions that the foundation for success is laid. You have to make a choice to show up every single day, to put in the effort, and to do the work. no matter how you feel. Building discipline is not about waiting for the right mood or the perfect conditions. It's about making the choice to commit to your future, to push through the tough times, and to keep moving forward even when it's hard. The beauty of daily habits is that they compound. So even if you don't see immediate results, you're laying the groundwork for something much bigger in the future. We live in a world that thrives on instant gratification. Everyone wants the shortcut, the quick fix, the fast track to success. But real, lasting success doesn't come from quick fixes. It comes from putting in the work, day after day, building habits that serve you, and making the choice to stay committed, even when things aren't going as planned. The successful people you admire didn't get to where they are by cutting corners. They got there by doing the hard work, day in and day out. They built their success with the same habits that you can start building today. It's about waking up every morning and committing to your goals, to the vision of your future, even when the results aren't immediate. It's about understanding that progress is not always linear, but it is always happening when you're doing the work. The great thing about habits is that they're within your control. No one else can dictate your habits, and no one else can make your decisions for you. You have the power to shape your day, your routine, and your future. But it starts with taking ownership. Stop waiting for motivation or for things to line up perfectly. Start now with the small things and build your momentum. You don't have to start with something huge or overwhelming. Focus on making small, positive changes that you can stick with every day. The key is consistency. Success is the sum of all the small, seemingly insignificant actions you take day after day. It's those small habits that accumulate and lead to the kind of success you've always dreamed of. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results, but don't let that stop you. The journey toward your goals is a marathon, not a sprint. You might not see the changes right away, but trust that every step you take is bringing you closer to the person you want to become. The most important part of building lasting change is having the patience and the faith to trust the process. Keep going, keep showing up, keep doing the work. One day you'll look back and realize that all those small actions led to something much bigger than you ever imagined. If you want to achieve something truly remarkable, you have to put in the work. There's no shortcut to success. The road is long, and it's not always easy, but it's always worth it. And here's the thing, you don't have to do it all at once. You just have to start, and you have to stay consistent. Over time, you'll build the habits that will carry you to your goals. You'll develop a discipline that becomes second nature. You'll create a routine that supports the life you want. And one day you'll look up and realize that all the hard work, all the small choices you made, have paid off in a way you never thought possible. So make the commitment today to take control of your future. Start building the habits that will shape the life you want. It won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. You have the power to create your own success, and it starts with the small actions you take every day. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be is in the habits you form. Focus on the habits that align with the person you want to become, and stay consistent. Keep putting in the work, and over time you'll see the results. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve when you make a commitment to yourself and stick to it. When you wake up tomorrow, remember that it's not just another day. It's an opportunity to get one step closer to the life you want. Build those habits, do the work, and watch as your future unfolds in ways you never thought possible. It's all in your hands. The life you've always dreamed of is waiting for you. And it starts with what you do today. Make the decision to show up, to build the habits that will change your life, and never look back. The future you want is yours for the taking. Number 4, start today and build the momentum for success. Every journey towards success starts with one simple, powerful action. Start today. If you want to change your life, there's no better time than now. Too many people wait for the perfect moment, for things to line up just right. But let me tell you, that perfect moment never comes. The best time to start building the life you want, to make your dreams a reality, is today. Don't let another minute slip by, waiting for conditions to be perfect. The road to success is built by those who understand that waiting doesn't move you forward. Action does. Think about it. When you start something, you create momentum. Every action you take, no matter how small adds to the foundation of something bigger. But it all starts with a single step. And the sooner you take that step, the sooner you'll start building the momentum you need to achieve greatness. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you need to have everything figured out before you begin. No one does. The most successful people didn't wait for everything to be perfect before they began. They simply took that first step, then the next, and kept going. Here's the thing. Success isn't about waiting for a miracle. It's about making consistent progress each day, no matter how small the steps may seem. When you commit to starting today, you're giving yourself the opportunity to begin building that momentum. You're choosing to stop putting your dreams off and taking action on what really matters to you. And when you do that, when you make the decision to show up today, you begin to move closer to your goals. Every time you show up, you get one step closer. Every effort you make, no matter how tiny, adds up over time. The more you start today, the bigger the things you can accomplish tomorrow. I know it's easy to feel overwhelmed when you think about all the things you need to do to get to where you want to be. The key is to remember that you don't need to do it all at once. You just need to start. When you begin, you break the cycle of procrastination. You stop letting fear, uncertainty, or doubt hold you back, and you take control. No more waiting for the right conditions. No more waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. The sooner you start, the sooner you're on your way to building something great. Every day you put off starting is a day you waste. So stop waiting for the stars to align and start creating your own success today. It's common to feel like you need more time or more resources, but you don't. All you need is the courage to take the first step. Action creates clarity. When you start, you'll begin to see things differently. You'll learn, you'll adapt, and you'll get better at it. But you'll never get there if you keep waiting. The longer you wait, the longer you put off building the life you want. The time is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. The only thing standing between you and your goals is the decision to start. So make that decision today. Starting today doesn't mean you need to do everything perfectly. Perfection is an illusion. It's not about getting everything right on the first try. It's about taking the action that will get you closer to your goal, even if it's messy. The process of starting is what teaches you how to succeed. Every mistake you make is a lesson learned. Every setback is an opportunity to grow stronger. The truth is, there's no such thing as failure when you're in the process of building momentum. The only real failure is never starting at all. The moment you take action, you open the door to success. You give yourself the opportunity to learn, to improve, and to make progress. And those small moments of progress add up to something far greater than you could ever imagine. Building momentum means committing to your goal today and tomorrow and every day after that. It's about showing up consistently, even when it's difficult. It's about doing what you can, even if it's just a little bit, because that little bit adds up over time. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't happen right away. But remember, real success is built one small step at a time. The key is to focus on doing something every day, no matter how small it may seem. As you continue to build momentum, you'll start to see how far you've come. You'll start to feel proud of the progress you've made, and that sense of accomplishment will keep you motivated to keep going. If you keep waiting for things to be perfect, you're missing out on the incredible opportunity that is right in front of you. Starting today means taking advantage of the moment you have right now. Every single day you spend waiting for the perfect conditions is a day you could have been moving closer to your goal. It's about showing up, doing the work, and giving your best effort. The effort doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be consistent. It's the consistency that will lead you to success. Every time you show up, you get closer to where you want to be. Every time you take a step, you build momentum that will carry you forward. The truth is, you don't need more time. You don't need more resources. You don't need a perfect plan. What you need is the commitment to start today. Take action now and start building the future you want. There is no better time than now to begin working toward your goals. So make the choice today. Don't wait any longer. Take that first step and begin building the momentum that will carry you to your success. Starting today means you're taking control of your future. Starting today means you're no longer waiting for things to be perfect. You're making things happen. So take action now and watch how everything starts to fall into place. Number 5. Conquer challenges with unwavering focus and determination. Success is not something you achieve by taking it easy. Success is something you achieve by pushing yourself when everyone else is stopping, when the path gets hard, when the world tells you to quit. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is the relentless attitude to push through every obstacle, to keep moving forward no matter what. When life throws challenges your way, and it will, your ability to rise above, to remain focused and determined, will be the deciding factor in whether you succeed or not. The challenges are not roadblocks. They are opportunities to build your strength, to sharpen your focus, to test your commitment to your dreams. The road to success is paved with challenges. If you think it's going to be smooth sailing, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. Challenges are inevitable. You can't avoid them. But what you can do is control how you face them. You can control how you react when the storm hits. Will you run and hide? Or will you stand tall and face it head on? Will you let fear dictate your actions? Or will you allow that fear to fuel your drive to push forward? The most successful people don't have an easier path. They just have a better mindset. They know how to tackle obstacles with unwavering focus and determination. They don't back down when things get tough. They embrace the difficulty and use it to sharpen their resolve. One of the greatest obstacles you'll face is self-doubt. It's natural to question yourself when things aren't going as planned, when you face setbacks and feel like you're not making progress. But you must understand this: doubt is a normal part of the process. Everyone experiences it. The key is not to let it control you. Instead, let it drive you. Let it push you to prove to yourself that you can overcome anything. If you let fear of failure hold you back, you'll never know how much you're capable of. If you let doubt take hold, you'll never push yourself to your limits. The only way to push through fear is to face it. The only way to conquer it is to keep moving forward in spite of it. No matter how difficult the path may seem, there is always a way forward. The key is to keep your eyes on the prize and not get distracted by the obstacles. You've got to stay focused on the goal and not the setbacks. Every time you encounter a challenge, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can I grow from this? Those who succeed don't shy away from challenges. They lean into them. They embrace the process of growth that comes from facing adversity. The stronger the challenge, the greater the growth. Every time you overcome a challenge, you become more resilient, more determined, and more capable of handling the next one. The key to overcoming any challenge is not just perseverance, but a deep understanding of why you're doing what you're doing. When you are clear about your purpose and your goals, you can push through anything. When the going gets tough, your why is what keeps you going. It's the fuel that propels you forward when everything else is telling you to stop. So if you haven't already, take some time to get clear on your purpose. Why are you doing this? What is driving you? What will success mean to you? When you're deeply connected to your purpose, the challenges you face won't seem as daunting. You'll know that every obstacle is just a stepping stone on the path to something greater. Building the right mindset is everything. If you think like a victim, you'll stay stuck in the challenge. But if you choose to think like a warrior, like someone who is destined for greatness, then no challenge can hold you back. It's all about how you choose to view the obstacles that come your way. Challenges are part of the process. They are not punishments. They are lessons. Every time you face a setback, it's an opportunity for you to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. The more challenges you face, the more resilient you become. So instead of avoiding challenges, run toward them, embrace them, let them shape you into the person you need to be in order to achieve your goals. When you're determined to overcome challenges, you develop an unbreakable focus. This focus is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. The ability to block out distractions and keep moving forward, even when the world is pulling you in a million different directions, is what creates winners. Life will always try to knock you down, to throw you off course. But your ability to stay focused, to keep your eyes on the prize, is what will determine how far you go. Don't let distractions take you off track. Don't let small obstacles make you lose sight of the big picture. Stay focused, stay determined, and keep moving forward. No matter what, the most successful people are those who face adversity with an unwavering belief that they can overcome anything. They don't quit when things get hard. They dig deeper, they push harder, and they continue until they reach the other side. You can do the same. The moment you decide to push through, to tackle challenges with everything you've got, you become unstoppable. It's not about being fearless. It's about moving forward even in the face of fear. It's about not letting setbacks define you. You define yourself by how you respond to those setbacks. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth. Every difficulty is a chance to sharpen your skills, to develop new strengths, and to become more resilient. When you face a challenge, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Don't just push through it. Learn from it. Use it as a stepping stone. The more challenges you face, the more capable you become of handling even bigger ones. So instead of running from challenges, run toward them, lean into them. Embrace them as opportunities to grow, and watch how they shape you into a stronger, more determined version of yourself. Keep pushing no matter what. The obstacles will always be there, but so will your ability to rise above them. Stay focused, stay determined, and above all, keep going. Number 6. Commit to your goals and refuse to settle for less. You have within you a power that is limitless. The moment you realize this, everything changes. Success doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you choose to push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. Most people live their lives in the comfort zone, never realizing that all their dreams are just beyond the threshold of discomfort. The moment you decide to step into the unknown, to leave behind the safety of the familiar, you tap into a force that can propel you forward in ways you've never imagined. The most important thing you can do in life is to take action. It doesn't matter how much you know or how much you plan. If you don't take the necessary steps, nothing will change. The people who succeed in life are the ones who make things happen. They don't wait for opportunities. They create them. They don't wait for the perfect moment to arrive. They seize the moment, knowing that the right time is now, taking action. Regardless of the obstacles in front of you, is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's the deciding factor that determines whether you remain stagnant or whether you break through to the next level of your life. Procrastination is the enemy of success. It's the killer of dreams, the silent thief that steals your time and keeps you from achieving what you're capable of. The longer you wait, the more difficult it becomes to take that first step. The more you put things off, the more fear and doubt begin to take hold of your mind. But once you make the decision to take action, regardless of how small that action may be, you break free from the chains of procrastination. Every small step forward builds momentum. Every action, no matter how insignificant it may seem in the moment, brings you closer to your goals. It's not about taking giant leaps every time. It's about taking consistent steps, one after another, until you look back and realize how far you've come. When you take action, you become unstoppable. You begin to build confidence in yourself and your abilities. Each action you take, no matter how small, sends a message to your subconscious that you are capable, that you are in control. That message creates momentum. It fuels your drive to keep going. The more you act, the more confident you become in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. You start to see obstacles, not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to grow. Challenges become stepping stones, not barriers. You begin to view each hurdle as a chance to learn, to adapt, and to become stronger. The secret to mastering action is understanding that you don't need to have everything figured out before you begin. Perfection is an illusion. It's a trap that keeps you stuck in place. The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who have all the answers. They're the ones who take action despite not knowing everything. They don't wait until the conditions are perfect. They take the first step, and the rest follows. As you move forward, you'll learn, you'll grow. The answers you seek will come to you, but only if you take the first step. You can't wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment will never come. The only moment you have is now. Fear is one of the biggest reasons people hesitate to take action. They fear making mistakes, failing, or not being good enough. But let me tell you something. Fear is just a sign that you're stepping into new territory. It's a sign that you're growing, evolving, and pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. The greatest successes in life are never achieved without overcoming fear. Fear is not something to be avoided. It's something to be faced. It's something to be used as fuel to push you forward. Because every time you face fear and move through it, you become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling whatever comes next. If you've ever doubted your ability to take action, let me tell you this: you are more capable than you realize. The only thing holding you back is your own belief. and your limitations. You have the strength, the talent, and the drive to do anything you set your mind to. But you'll never know what you're truly capable of unless you take that first step. Every successful person in history has felt doubt. Every person who's ever achieved anything meaningful has been afraid, but they didn't let fear stop them. They used it to fuel their progress, and you can do the same. The only way to silence the doubt, to break through the fear, is to take action. Taking action doesn't mean everything will be easy. It doesn't mean you'll never encounter setbacks. It doesn't mean there won't be challenges along the way. But it does mean you're moving forward, and that's the most important thing. The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who have the smoothest paths. They're the ones who keep moving forward in the face of adversity. They understand that setbacks are a part of the process. They don't let failure define them. They let it fuel them. They learn from their mistakes, adapt, and keep going. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity for growth. And the more you act, the more you learn, the more you grow. One of the most powerful things you can do to ensure that you keep taking action is to surround yourself with people who support your goals. The people you spend the most time with have a huge impact on your mindset and your actions. If you surround yourself with people who are negative, who don't believe in your dreams, it will be harder for you to take the steps necessary to reach your goals. But if you surround yourself with people who lift you up, who encourage you to take action, who believe in your potential, you'll find that taking action becomes much easier. Your environment plays a huge role in your success, so be intentional about who you allow into your life. Seek out those who inspire you, who challenge you, and who push you to be the best version of yourself. Taking action is not just about doing things, it's about doing the right things. Focus on the actions that will bring you closer to your goals. Don't get distracted by things that don't matter. Time is your most valuable resource, and you can't afford to waste it. Every action you take should be purposeful, intentional, and aligned with your goals. When you take action with intention, you move with power and focus. You don't waste time on things that don't serve your vision. Every step you take is one step closer to the life you've always dreamed of. You are not here by accident. You are here for a reason. You have a purpose, and the only way to fulfill that purpose is to take action. The only way to make your dreams a reality is to stop waiting and start doing. There will never be a perfect time, but right now is the perfect time to begin. Stop putting it off. Stop doubting yourself. Stop waiting for the right moment. The time is now. Take that first step, and everything else will fall into place. You are capable of achieving greatness, but you have to take action. Every single day, take the steps that move you closer to your goals. And watch how your life begins to change. You are in control. You have the power. Now go and take action. Number 7, visualize your success and make it your reality. The moment you take full responsibility for your life is the moment everything changes. Most people live with the illusion that things happen to them, that life is a series of events they have no control over. But the truth is, you hold the power to shape your destiny in your hands. Every decision you make, every step you take, is a reflection of the choices you've made in the past. And it all starts with owning those choices. The moment you stop blaming the world, other people, or circumstances, you start taking control. You stop being a victim, and you become the master of your own fate. Let me tell you something that may sound simple, but holds immense power. You can't wait for someone else to change your life. No one is coming to save you. The world doesn't owe you anything. If you want to create the life you dream about, it's on you. Your future is not determined by where you come from, your circumstances, or the opinions of others. It's determined by the actions you take today, right now. If you wait for a sign, you'll be waiting forever. The time to act is now, and the first step in changing your life is to take full responsibility for where you are, and more importantly, where you're going. This may sound overwhelming, but understand this: taking responsibility isn't about carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's about realizing that you have the power to change your story, to rewrite the script of your life. The moment you stop waiting for permission, you unlock the potential to do anything you set your mind to. The moment you stop looking for excuses and start finding solutions, everything starts to shift. The key to your success lies in how you respond to challenges. Life will throw obstacles your way. People will disappoint you. Plans will fall apart. But how you respond to those moments is what will ultimately define your success. When you take responsibility for your actions, you also take control of your future. It's easy to point fingers and blame the world for your problems. But real power comes from accepting that you are the creator of your circumstances. When you take responsibility, you shift your mindset from one of helplessness to one of empowerment. You stop waiting for things to happen, and you start making them happen. This is when the magic begins. When you take responsibility, you become proactive rather than reactive. You become the architect of your own life, and nothing is beyond your reach. One of the most profound realizations you can have is that you are in control of your thoughts. Your thoughts shape your reality. How you perceive yourself, how you view the world around you, and how you react to circumstances are all choices. And the beauty of it is, you have the ability to choose. You can choose to be positive, or you can choose to be negative. You can choose to focus on the opportunities, or you can choose to focus on the obstacles. The moment you realize you have control over your thoughts is the moment you realize you have control over your destiny. You must understand that the external world is a reflection of your internal world. If you want to see a change in your life, you must start by changing your mindset. The most successful people in the world don't have a special gift or talent that the rest of us don't. They simply have a mindset that drives them to keep going. No matter the circumstances, they understand that life is not about waiting for things to be perfect. It's about taking consistent action towards their goals, regardless of the setbacks they may face. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not talent or luck. It's the ability to persist through the challenges, to take responsibility for their actions, and to keep moving forward. Taking responsibility also means letting go of the past. You can't change what's already happened, no matter how much you wish you could. But what you can change is how you react to it. If you hold on to past mistakes, regrets, or disappointments, they will continue to weigh you down and hold you back from reaching your potential. Letting go of the past is essential for moving forward. It's about forgiving yourself for the mistakes you've made, and understanding that those mistakes do not define you. They are part of your journey, and they are there to teach you valuable lessons. You don't have to let them define your future. The future is yours to create. A powerful part of taking responsibility is learning how to handle fear. Fear is a natural part of the human experience, but it doesn't have to control you. The most successful people are not fearless. They are just able to take action in spite of their fear. They understand that fear is a sign that they are growing, that they are stepping outside of their comfort zone, and that they are moving towards something greater. The key is not to let fear stop you, but to use it as fuel to propel you forward. Every time you face a fear, you expand your comfort zone. Every time you take action despite feeling afraid, you become stronger, more capable, and more confident in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. The journey to success is never linear. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns. But the most important thing is to keep going, keep pushing forward, even when it feels like you're not making progress. The greatest achievements often come from moments of persistence, of refusing to quit when the going gets tough. It's in those moments of adversity that you discover who you really are, what you're truly made of. When you take responsibility for your life, you also take responsibility for how you handle setbacks. You decide whether they will define you or if you will rise above them. A major part of taking responsibility is also about being honest with yourself. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. If there are areas of your life where you've been avoiding the truth, facing those truths is the first step towards transformation. It's not about beating yourself up. It's about owning where you are so you can move forward from there. The more honest you are with yourself, the clearer your path will become. Clarity comes when you stop lying to yourself about your goals, your progress, and your intentions. When you fully accept where you are and take responsibility for it, you free yourself from the burden of denial. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that life will be easier once they've reached their goals. But the truth is, each level of success brings new challenges. Life doesn't get easier. It gets different. And the way to handle each new challenge is by continuing to take responsibility for how you respond to it. Success isn't about avoiding problems. It's about learning how to deal with them in a way that moves you closer to your ultimate goal. When you start taking responsibility for your life, you begin to see the opportunities that were always there, but that you couldn't see before. The doors that were always open, but you didn't have the courage to walk through. The life you've always dreamed of is waiting for you, but it requires you to show up, to take ownership of your path, and to commit to moving forward, no matter what. Stop waiting for the world to change. It's time for you to step up and change your world. The power is within you. You just have to take responsibility and start using it. Number 8, turn obstacles into opportunities to grow and thrive. If you want to truly transform your life, it all starts with the most powerful choice you can make, the choice to show up. It's not about waiting for the right time, the perfect moment, or for things to align perfectly, because they never will. It's about deciding that no matter what, you will take action, and you will do it now. The reason most people never achieve their potential is because they're waiting for external circumstances to change, when in reality, it's the internal decision that needs to happen first. If you want to be successful, if you want to live the life that others only dream about, you have to make a decision today. You must choose to step into that future, no matter how messy or imperfect the process might be. Too many people get caught up in thinking that success is a one-time event. They think that once they achieve a certain goal, they'll finally have it all together. But the truth is, success isn't a destination. It's a process. It's a journey. It's about showing up every single day, doing the work, making the decisions, and staying committed even when the results aren't immediate. So many people are waiting for the stars to align, for everything to be perfect, but that's not how life works. Life is about being willing to move forward in the face of uncertainty, in the face of fear, and sometimes in the face of failure. But every time you take that step, you build momentum. Every time you show up, you get one step closer to becoming the person you want to be, to living the life you desire. Showing up isn't always glamorous. It's not always about the big, bold moments that people can see. It's about the quiet, everyday moments. The times when you push through your doubts, when you keep going even though no one is watching, when you choose to take the small actions that no one else sees. This is where success is made. The difference between the people who make it and those who don't is often the willingness to show up when things are tough, when they feel like giving up, and when the results aren't yet visible. It's easy to show up when you're feeling motivated, when everything is going according to plan, but real strength is built in the moments when it's hard. So many people fall into the trap of perfectionism. They think they need to have everything figured out before they take that first step. But if you wait for perfection, you will wait forever. The truth is, success doesn't come from waiting for the perfect conditions. It comes from taking imperfect action. The first step, the very first one, is always the hardest. But that first step is the one that opens up the entire journey. When you make the choice to show up, you unlock possibilities you never even imagined. You start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You begin to understand that the path to success isn't a straight line, but a winding road filled with ups and downs. The key is to keep going, even when the path isn't clear, because with each step you take, the road becomes clearer. If you're constantly waiting for motivation to strike, you're doing it wrong. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. What you need to cultivate is discipline. Discipline is the key to showing up when you don't feel like it. Discipline is the force that keeps you moving forward when the excitement fades and the challenges pile up. It's the ability to push through the discomfort, to keep going when your mind is telling you to quit, to stay on course even when the results aren't showing up as quickly as you want. When you build discipline, you are no longer at the mercy of your moods or motivation. You become unstoppable. Another critical part of showing up is learning how to overcome fear. Fear is the single biggest obstacle that holds people back from taking action. It's the reason people procrastinate, the reason they hesitate, the reason they don't take risks. But fear is not something to be avoided. It's something to be embraced. Fear is a sign that you are pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. It's a sign that you are growing. Every time you face your fears and push through them, you expand your comfort zone. The more you show up despite fear, the less power fear has over you. Fear can't control you if you're willing to take action anyway. And once you start taking action despite your fear, you'll notice that the fear starts to fade. It loses its grip on you, because you've shown that you are bigger than it. You are more powerful than your fear. When you choose to show up, you are also choosing to commit to the long-term vision, even when the short-term results are unclear. It's easy to commit when things are going well, but the true test of your commitment is how you respond when the results aren't immediately visible. There will be days when it feels like you're not making progress, when it feels like you're spinning your wheels. But what separates the successful from the unsuccessful is the ability to keep going when the results aren't showing up yet. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. And the only way to win the race is to keep showing up every single day without fail. The moment you stop showing up, you stop moving forward. Showing up means being fully present in the moment. It means giving your best, even when you feel like you have nothing left to give. The effort you put in today will compound over time, and eventually, it will pay off. The work you put in during the quiet moments, when no one is looking, will lead to breakthroughs when the time is right. But it all starts with showing up. It's the small, consistent actions that lead to big results. Don't let the noise of the world distract you from what truly matters. Focus on showing up, giving your best, and staying committed. The world is full of distractions, but when you learn to block out the noise and focus on what matters, you will unlock the power to achieve anything. The more you show up, the more you prove to yourself that you can do it. Every time you show up, you build confidence. Every time you push through your doubts, you build self-belief. You begin to understand that you are capable of achieving more than you ever thought possible. And the more you show up, the easier it gets. It becomes a habit, a part of who you are. You don't have to think about it anymore because showing up becomes second nature. The key to success is not in waiting for the perfect moment. It's in choosing to show up right now, no matter the circumstances. So stop waiting. Stop looking for the perfect conditions. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission. Stop waiting for motivation to strike. The time to show up is now. Your future starts today. And it starts with you deciding to take that first step. When you make the decision to show up, to commit to your vision, to keep moving forward, no matter what, you unlock the power to transform your life. You have the power within you to create the life you desire. It all starts with showing up. And once you show up, the rest will follow. Number 9, break free from comfort zones and chase your dreams. What's stopping you from reaching your true potential? It's not about waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's about taking control of the moment, showing up every single day, and doing the work that no one else is willing to do. If you're serious about your goals and dreams, the time to act is right now. You don't need to wait for things to be just right. In fact, waiting is the one thing that's holding you back. We all have goals, aspirations, and things we want to accomplish. But very few people are willing to do the hard work that is required to make those dreams a reality. So many of us get caught in the cycle of wishing for success, but it's not about wishing, it's about working. It's about showing up every day, doing the hard work, even when you don't feel like it, and knowing that with every effort you are one step closer to your goal. The truth is, success doesn't come from waiting for the stars to align. It comes from consistent effort, from showing up, and from pushing through challenges. It's easy to look at someone who's achieved success and think that they had some secret formula or that they were just lucky. But the truth is, there's no secret formula. There's no luck. The only thing that makes the difference is the willingness to take action. You have to be willing to face the challenges head on, to deal with the discomfort, and to push through the obstacles that will inevitably come your way. Success isn't a smooth, uninterrupted path. It's full of bumps and detours, but that's where the real growth happens. That's where you learn who you really are, and that's where you build the resilience that will carry you through any challenge life throws your way. When you commit to doing the work, even when it feels tough, you create a mindset that will allow you to overcome anything. It's about being persistent, about continuing to show up, even when you're not getting the immediate results you want. Most people quit too early. They give up because they don't see the progress they were hoping for. But that's the trap. The truth is, progress is happening every day, even when you can't see it. Success is not a linear process. It's messy, unpredictable, and full of setbacks. But those setbacks are part of the process. They are there to test your commitment, to see if you're really serious about your goals. If you quit when things get hard, you'll never experience the success you want. But if you keep going, even when it feels impossible, you'll come out stronger on the other side. The key is to stop focusing on what you don't have and start focusing on what you can do with what you do have. Too often we get caught up in the idea that we need more resources, more time, or more support in order to be successful. But the truth is, you have everything you need right now. You have the ability to take action, to push through the discomfort, and to work towards your goals every day. It doesn't matter what you don't have. It matters what you're willing to do with what you do have. That's the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. The successful ones are the ones who figure out how to make it work, no matter what they're dealing with. They don't wait for the perfect conditions. They create them. If you want to change your life, you need to stop focusing on the excuses that are holding you back. There will always be obstacles. There will always be challenges. But those are the moments that define you. You can either use them as an excuse to quit, or you can use them as fuel to keep going. It's easy to blame circumstances, people, or lack of resources for where you are in life. But that's not the mindset of a winner. Winners take responsibility for their lives. They understand that no one else is coming to save them, and that they are the only ones who can create the future they want. The moment you take full responsibility for your life, you unlock the power to change everything. You stop waiting for someone else to fix things for you, and you take control of your own destiny. This mindset shift is everything. The moment you stop blaming and start taking full responsibility for your actions is the moment your life starts to change. You begin to realize that everything you need is within you. You don't need anyone else's permission to succeed, and you don't need anyone else to believe in you. What you need is the willingness to show up every day, to put in the effort, and to keep moving forward even when things get tough. It's not about waiting for things to be perfect. It's about making the most of what you have right now. That's where the real power lies. If you're serious about your goals, you need to commit to them fully. Don't just dip your toe in and see what happens. Go all in. Take massive action. Set clear goals, and then do whatever it takes to achieve them. It's about making a commitment to your future self, and then following through, no matter what. This is where most people fall short. They make a half-hearted commitment to their goals, and when things get hard, they back off. But true success comes from the willingness to go all in, to push past the fear, to show up every day, even when it's tough. It's not easy, but it's worth it. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is the willingness to do the work, even when no one is watching, even when no one is praising you, and even when you don't feel like it. The secret to success is consistency. It's about showing up day after day, doing the work, and believing in the process, even when it's difficult. Success is not built in a day. It's built over time through consistent effort and through the courage to keep going when the going gets tough. It's about developing the mindset that no matter how hard things get, you will keep moving forward. So make the decision today. Make the decision to commit to your goals, to show up every day, to put in the effort, and to believe in yourself. The world doesn't owe you anything. The only person who can make your dreams come true is you. Stop waiting for the right moment. Stop looking for excuses and start taking action now. You have everything you need to succeed. The only thing standing between you and your goals is your willingness to do the work. Make the commitment today to take that first step and then keep taking steps every single day. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Just take action and trust that the rest will follow. Your future starts now. Number 10. Act on your goals every single day without hesitation. This moment, right now, is the one you've been waiting for. It's not the future or some far-off dream that you need to chase. What you need to do is start right now. If you're sitting there wondering when the perfect time will come, let me tell you something. The perfect time is not a distant moment in the future. It is today. You don't need to wait for everything to align. You don't need to have all the answers. All you need is the courage to begin. It's all about making the decision to move forward. No matter the obstacles in your path, the world rewards action. The world rewards those who show up consistently, regardless of the circumstances. Every day is a new chance to take a step closer to your dreams. And every moment you delay is another moment that passes you by. You have everything you need inside of you right now to create the life you want. We often get stuck in a cycle of overthinking, of waiting for the right moment or the perfect set of circumstances. But here's the truth. The perfect time doesn't exist. If you wait for it, you will waste time. The time to start is right now. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of perfection. We think that everything has to line up perfectly in order for us to take action, that we need to wait until we have all the resources, all the knowledge, and all the right people on our side. But let me tell you something. Perfection is a myth. The reality is, if you wait for everything to be perfect, you will never move forward. You will never achieve your goals. Because success is not about waiting for the ideal conditions. It's about creating those conditions yourself through action, discipline, and persistence. The real secret to achieving anything in life is starting before you're ready. It's about taking the first step, even when you don't have all the answers. Success doesn't come from having everything figured out. It comes from stepping into the unknown, from trusting yourself enough to take the leap. The more you wait, the more you let doubt creep in. The more you let your mind tell you that you're not ready, that you don't have what it takes, that you don't have the resources. But here's the secret. You don't need everything. You only need the drive to take that first step and the courage to keep going. Every successful person you admire has faced the same fears, the same doubts, and the same uncertainties. But what sets them apart is their willingness to take action despite it all. They didn't wait for the stars to align. They didn't wait for everything to be perfect. They simply got started. And with each step they took, they got closer to their goals. This is the key. Action breeds more action. The more you take action, the more you learn, the more you grow, and the closer you get to your dreams. When you take action, you create momentum. And that momentum pushes you forward, even when you don't feel like it, even when it feels tough. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know exactly where you're going, but you do need to start. Understand this: starting is the hardest part. It's that first step that feels the most difficult, because it requires you to face your fears, your doubts, and your insecurities. But once you take that first step, everything begins to shift. You begin to gain confidence in your abilities. You begin to see results. And most importantly, you begin to build a mindset of success. A mindset that says, I can do this, I will do this. There is no turning back. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results. We live in a world where instant gratification is the norm. And when things don't happen quickly, we're tempted to quit. But here's the thing. The best things in life take time. The most meaningful accomplishments require patience, persistence, and dedication. When you take action, don't expect things to fall into place overnight. Instead, focus on the small wins, the progress you're making each day. Those small wins add up. Every step you take, every action you make, gets you closer to your goal, but only if you keep going. If you stop now, you will never know how close you were to achieving your dream. Most people fail not because they don't have the potential, but because they give up too soon. They quit right before the breakthrough happens. The difference between success and failure is not the ability to avoid failure, but the ability to keep going after failure. When you take action, you're going to encounter obstacles. Things will not go according to plan. There will be setbacks. But what you do in those moments will determine your success. If you allow those obstacles to stop you, then your dream will remain just that, a dream. But if you push through those obstacles, if you keep going no matter how tough it gets, you will create a new reality for yourself. Key is to stay focused on the bigger picture. Understand that the process is messy, and success is not a straight line. There will be detours, mistakes, and failures along the way. But those things are not roadblocks. They are opportunities for growth. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is a chance to come back stronger. The only way to truly fail is to stop trying. As long as you keep moving, you are on the path to success. Success doesn't come from waiting for everything to be perfect. It comes from taking action, learning from your mistakes, and getting back up every time you fall. The road to success is not easy, but it is worth it. The most successful people didn't get to where they are because everything was perfect. They got there because they were willing to keep going, to keep fighting, and to keep showing up, no matter what. That's what sets them apart. And that's what will set you apart too. So stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Stop overthinking. The time to act is now. Take that first step. Commit to your goals. And keep going. No matter what. The moment you decide to take action, you set in motion everything you need to create the life you've always wanted. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the perfect circumstances. Start today. Your future self will thank you. Number 11. Strengthen your mindset and rise above all setbacks. You're standing at the crossroads of your life, looking at the path ahead. You might feel uncertain, unsure of which direction to take. But I want to tell you right now, this is the moment. This is the time where everything you've ever wanted is within reach. The only thing standing between you and the life you desire is your decision to take action. It's easy to get stuck in the idea of waiting for everything to be perfect. But here's the truth. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. And you don't need everything to line up just right. All you need is the courage to take the first step. You have the power right now to change your entire reality. All you have to do is believe in yourself and act on it. It's common to feel fear when faced with something new or uncertain. But fear is not your enemy. Fear is a sign that you're about to step outside your comfort zone and grow. And growth is exactly what you need if you want to change your life. Every single step you take, no matter how small it seems, brings you closer to your goal. You're not meant to have all the answers today, and you're not meant to have everything figured out right now. The most important thing is to start to commit to moving forward and not letting anything hold you back. The act of starting is the single most powerful thing you can do to change your life. And once you start, the momentum you build will carry you forward, one step at a time. The key to real transformation is not about waiting for the perfect moment or the right set of circumstances. It's about taking action, even when you don't feel ready. There's no magic moment when everything falls into place. The magic is in the doing. The magic is in taking action, no matter how small it is. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to have it all figured out. What matters is that you show up and take that first step toward your goal. That's where the magic happens. That's when everything changes. The more you act, the more you learn, the more you grow. And that growth compounds over time. It builds on itself and creates something unstoppable. When you take action, you're telling the universe, I'm serious about this. You're showing the world that you're committed to your growth, to your dreams, and to yourself. And that energy, your energy, will attract everything you need. Opportunities will start to appear. You'll meet people who can help you. You'll find resources and solutions you never thought possible. But none of that happens until you make the decision to act, until you commit to taking that first step. And trust me, that first step is the hardest. It's the scariest. But once you take it, you'll see that everything gets easier from there. The first step is the leap of faith you need to take. It's the decision that sets everything else into motion. It's easy to look at others who seem to have it all together and feel like you're behind or missing something. But let me tell you something. Those people didn't get to where they are by sitting back and waiting. They got there because they decided to act, even when they didn't have it all figured out. They got there because they took action, day after day, and they kept going even when the results weren't immediate. They didn't wait for the perfect circumstances. They didn't wait for the right moment. They created their own moments. And that's what you can do too. You can create your own opportunities by taking action, even if it's messy. The key is to keep moving forward. As long as you're moving forward, you're on the right path. The truth is, it's easy to get distracted by the idea of perfection, to think that everything has to be in place before you can start. But perfection doesn't exist. It's an illusion. What matters is progress. Progress, no matter how small, is what will move you toward your goals. Every little step you take is a victory. Every time you show up, even when you don't feel like it, you're building momentum. And that momentum is what will carry you through the tough times, the setbacks, the moments when you feel like quitting. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. Those who succeed keep going. No matter how many times they fall, they get back up, they keep moving, and they don't let anything stop them. Your success is not defined by how many times you fail. It's defined by how many times you get up and try again. Because failure is not a permanent state. It's just a lesson. It's just feedback telling you that there's a better way, a different way, a more effective way. The only real failure comes from quitting, from stopping. As long as you keep going, you are moving forward. And moving forward is what matters most. When you take action, you are training your mind to focus on solutions instead of problems. You're training your mind to find ways to make it happen, no matter what. And that mindset, the growth mindset, is what will get you to where you want to go. Action creates clarity. The more you take action, the clearer your path becomes. You don't need to know everything right now. You don't need to have a perfect plan. All you need is to take that first step and trust that the next step will reveal itself. And as you keep going, you'll begin to see the opportunities that were always there, but you couldn't see them until you started moving. Your progress is what makes the path clear. The more you move, the more you learn, and the more you adapt. You'll begin to refine your strategy. You'll begin to refine your vision. But none of that happens if you don't start. This is where you have the power to change your life. It all comes down to your decision to act. No one is going to do it for you. No one is going to give you permission. You have to take responsibility for your future. You have to be the one to make things happen. And you can do it. You are more capable than you think. You have everything you need inside of you right now to succeed. All it takes is that one decision to act. The rest will follow. Take the first step and watch how the universe opens up for you. It all begins with action. It all begins with you. Number 12. Focus relentlessly on progress no matter the difficulties. The moment you decide to step into your power, everything changes. It doesn't matter what's happened in the past. It doesn't matter how many times you've stumbled, and it doesn't matter how many doubts you've had about yourself. What matters is this one simple truth. You are capable of achieving greatness, and the first step toward that greatness is embracing who you truly are. The world is waiting for you to show up, to own your strengths, and to finally say, I'm ready. The world needs your unique energy, your gifts, and your purpose. You're not here by accident. You're here because you have something incredible to offer. Your life is the result of every decision you've made up until this point, and the decisions you make from here on out will determine where you go next. So ask yourself, what's stopping you? Why are you waiting? The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the action you take today. Life doesn't wait for anyone. The universe doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It doesn't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment will never come. You have to make the moment perfect by deciding to take action. That's how powerful you are. That's how powerful your decisions are. You have the ability to shape your future with every choice you make. Don't let another second pass by wondering what could have been. You are the creator of your life, and you hold the pen to your story. It's time to stop living on the sidelines. You've been watching others chase their dreams, build their empires, and become the best versions of themselves. And here's the kicker. They're no different from you. They started with nothing. They started from where you are right now. But what made them different is that they didn't wait for life to give them permission. They took action. And that's exactly what you have to do. The most successful people in the world didn't sit around waiting for opportunities to knock on their door. They didn't sit back and let life happen to them. No, they got up every single day and created their own opportunities. They took responsibility for their own success. They understood that waiting for the stars to align was a waste of time. And if you want to transform your life, you have to do the same. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. Those who succeed show up, take action, and keep going, no matter what. It's not about being perfect. It's not about having all the answers. It's about consistency. It's about doing something every single day that moves you closer to your goal. The more you show up, the more you move forward, and the more you'll find that success isn't some distant dream. It's already within your reach. You just have to take that first step. Every day is an opportunity to build the life you want. Every day is a chance to make progress, no matter how small it might seem. The key is to stay committed to your vision and to never give up, even when the road gets tough, because it will get tough. There will be days when you question yourself, when you feel like giving up, and when you wonder if it's all worth it. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments when you have to dig deep, find that fire inside you, and push through. Because if you can push through the tough times, if you can stay focused and keep going when everyone else quits, that's when success comes. The most successful people are the ones who kept going when it felt impossible. They didn't let setbacks stop them. They didn't let failures define them. They kept moving forward. And that's exactly what you have to do. Every step, no matter how small, gets you closer to your goal. Every moment of perseverance builds the foundation for your success. And trust me, the best is yet to come. When you choose to take action, you are saying to the world, I'm ready. I'm ready to step into my power. I'm ready to own my life and my future. And the world will respond to that energy. Opportunities will start to appear. You'll meet people who will help you on your journey. Resources will show up that you didn't even know existed. But none of that will happen if you don't take action. You can't sit around waiting for life to give you what you want. You have to go after it. You have to create it. And once you start taking action, once you commit to your goals and refuse to back down, that's when everything starts to shift. That's when the universe starts conspiring in your favor. But it all begins with you. It all begins with your decision to show up, to take that first step, and to never look back. Taking action isn't just about working hard or pushing through obstacles. It's about building the right mindset. When you take action, you train your mind to focus on what you can control and not on what you can't. You learn to let go of fear, doubt, and uncertainty, and you replace those feelings with courage, belief, and confidence. And as you continue to take action, your mindset will shift. You'll start to believe in yourself more. You'll start to trust that you have the ability to achieve anything you set your mind to, and that belief will fuel your actions. It's a cycle. The more you act, the more confident you become. The more confident you become, the more action you take. And before you know it, you've built the life you've always dreamed of. But here's the secret. It's not just about big actions. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment to take huge leaps forward. It's about the small, consistent actions that you take every single day. It's about doing the work, even when no one is watching. It's about staying disciplined and focused on your goal, even when the results aren't immediately visible. The key to success is in the daily grind, the commitment to your vision, and the refusal to quit. Even when the progress seems slow, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere, trust that every step you take is leading you closer to your goal. The journey may not be easy, but it's worth it, and in the end it will all pay off. You are capable of far more than you give yourself credit for. You have the power to create the life you want, to build the future you dream of, and to make an impact in the world. But you can't do it if you don't take action. You can't do it if you keep waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. The time is now. The moment is here. And all you need to do is take that first step. The rest will follow. Your future is in your hands. What will you do with it? Number 13. Make every moment count and start achieving greatness now. You have everything you need right now to transform your life. Right now in this moment, the power is in your hands. It doesn't matter where you've been or how far you've come. What matters is that you've made the decision to show up and take action. The truth is, you are your own greatest asset. You have within you the ability to create the life you dream of. But the only way to unlock that potential is to start taking those small yet powerful steps toward your goals. There's no secret formula, no magic key that will suddenly open the doors of success. The only thing standing between you and what you want is the action you take today, and you are more than capable of taking that action. It's easy to get caught up in the noise, to let the world around you dictate your path. Everyone has an opinion on how you should live your life, what you should do, where you should go. But when you stop and listen to yourself, you realize that all the answers you need have been inside you all along. The challenge is not in finding those answers, but in trusting yourself enough to follow them. You have a voice within you that's always speaking, always guiding you, but sometimes it gets drowned out by the doubts, the fears, the expectations of others. The key to unlocking your true potential lies in quieting that noise and listening to what you really want, what you truly believe, and what you're willing to do to make it happen. It's time to stop waiting. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the right circumstances, the ideal conditions. The reality is, there is never going to be a perfect time. There will always be something that tries to stop you, something that tries to tell you that now is not the right moment. But the truth is, if you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you'll miss all the opportunities that are right in front of you. Every moment you wait is a moment you lose, a moment you could have spent moving closer to your dreams. The longer you delay, the further away your goals become. Every single day that passes without action is another day you're letting fear or doubt control your life. The only way to overcome that fear is by taking action. And the key to taking action is understanding that it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be flawless. And it doesn't need to be grand. What matters is that you start. The first step is always the hardest. But once you take it, the path forward becomes clearer. It becomes easier to take the next step, and the one after that. And before you know it, you'll find that you've built momentum, and the progress you once thought was impossible will be right in front of you. What holds most people back is the fear of failure. They're afraid of making mistakes, afraid of not measuring up, afraid that if they try and fail, they'll never be able to get back up. But here's the thing, failure is not the enemy. Failure is simply a lesson. It's a chance to learn, to grow, and to adjust your approach. The only true failure is in not trying at all. If you allow fear to keep you from taking action, then you're already failing. You're failing at living the life you want. You're failing to unlock your true potential. But if you embrace the possibility of failure and push through it, that's when growth happens. That's when you discover just how capable you really are. Every successful person you admire has failed. They've fallen down, made mistakes, and felt doubt. But they didn't let those things define them. They didn't let them stop them. They used failure as fuel, as motivation to keep going. And that's exactly what you need to do. You need to embrace the challenges, the setbacks, and the obstacles, because they are part of the journey. They are what will make your success even sweeter. When you get to the other side, you won't just be proud of what you've achieved. You'll be proud of how far you've come, of how much you've grown, and of how resilient you've become. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about learning how to fail forward. It's about understanding that every setback is simply a setup for a comeback. The best thing you can do for yourself is to stop fearing failure and start using it as a stepping stone to success. You have to trust that every single effort you make, every single step you take, is bringing you closer to where you want to be. Trust in the process, trust in yourself, and trust that every action you take is moving you in the right direction, even if it doesn't always feel like it. The real challenge is in staying consistent. It's easy to be motivated when everything is going well, when the sun is shining and everything feels right. But what happens when the road gets tough? What happens when things don't go as planned? That's when your true character is revealed. It's in those moments, when everything seems to be falling apart, that you have to dig deep and keep going. The people who succeed are not the ones who never face difficulties. They're the ones who keep going even when things are hard. They refuse to quit, even when they feel like they've reached their limit. They know that success doesn't come overnight, and they're willing to put in the work, no matter how long it takes. Consistency is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's not about having a moment of inspiration and going after your goals with everything you've got for a few days. It's about showing up every day no matter what, and doing the work even when you don't feel like it. It's about creating a habit of success, about training your mind and body to expect success, and about refusing to let anything get in your way. When you make the decision to stay consistent, to keep going even when it's hard, that's when the magic happens. The truth is, success isn't just about achieving your goals. It's about who you become along the way. It's about the person you grow into as you push through the challenges, as you face your fears, and as you overcome obstacles. Every step you take on your journey is a step toward becoming the best version of yourself. It's not just about what you accomplish. It's about the strength, resilience, and wisdom you gain in the process. And that's why it's so important to keep going. Because every day you show up and take action, you're building a stronger, more confident, more unstoppable version of yourself. So stop waiting, stop holding back. The life you've always dreamed of is waiting for you, and the only thing standing between you and that life is the action you take today. Take the first step. Trust in yourself. Keep going no matter what, because when you do, nothing can stop you. Number 14, fuel your ambition and never stop striving for more. Right now, the only thing standing between you and everything you've ever dreamed of is your next step. The world is full of opportunities waiting for you to take them. You are capable of more than you realize, and today is the day that you decide to tap into that potential. It doesn't matter how many times you've fallen or how many challenges you've faced. What matters is that you're still here, still breathing, and still ready to fight for the life you deserve. The world may try to tell you that success is something that only happens to a select few, but that's not true. Success doesn't belong to the lucky, the privileged, or the gifted. It belongs to those who are willing to do whatever it takes to make their dreams a reality. Every single one of us has the ability to succeed. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or hoping for the stars to align. It's about making a decision to take control of your life and to do whatever it takes to turn your vision into reality. What most people don't realize is that the moment you decide to take action, the universe starts to work in your favor. Opportunities begin to show up, doors start to open, and the people you need to help you along the way will appear. It's not magic. It's not coincidence. It's the result of your commitment to creating the life you want. But none of that will happen if you don't take action. You can't wait for the right time, the right circumstances, or the right conditions. You have to create them. You have to take charge of your life and make things happen, even when it feels difficult, even when the road is unclear. The biggest mistake people make is thinking that success is a straight line. They think that once they take that first step, everything will fall into place. But the truth is, success is messy. It's filled with twists and turns, with setbacks and challenges. But it's in those moments of adversity that your true character is revealed. It's easy to keep going when everything is going well. But the real test comes when things get tough, when the world seems to be working against you, when it feels like you're doing everything right and still not getting the results you want. That's when you need to dig deep. That's when you need to remind yourself of why you started in the first place. When you're facing those tough moments, when the weight of the world seems too much to bear, you need to remember that success doesn't come from avoiding failure. Success comes from the ability to keep going, to keep pushing forward, even when you feel like giving up. Success comes from knowing that every single challenge, every single setback is just another step toward the life you've always wanted. Failure is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. It's in those moments of failure that you learn the most about yourself. You learn what you're capable of, what you truly want, and what you're willing to do to get it. You don't learn resilience by sitting back and taking the easy route. You learn resilience by facing your fears head on, by picking yourself up after every fall, by pushing yourself when it feels like the world is holding you back. If you want to achieve anything meaningful in life, you have to embrace failure. You have to look at every setback as an opportunity to grow, to become stronger, to build the character and the skills that will take you to the next level. You have to see failure as a necessary part of the journey, not something to avoid or fear. The more you fail, the closer you get to success. It's not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about continuing to show up. No matter how many times you stumble, the most successful people in the world have failed more times than most people will ever try. But they didn't let their failures define them. They used their failures as stepping stones to greatness. They got back up, they adjusted their approach, and they kept moving forward. You have to do the same. You can't let the fear of failure stop you from taking action. The fear of failure is nothing more than a story you tell yourself. It's a story that says, I'm not good enough, or I'll never make it. But the truth is, you're more than capable. You have the power within you to overcome any obstacle, to break through any barrier, to achieve anything you set your mind to. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple persistence. Those who succeed are the ones who keep going, even when it feels impossible. They keep pushing, even when it seems like nothing is working. They don't give up on themselves, and they don't give up on their dreams. They understand that success is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about creating that moment. It's about putting in the work, day after day, even when it feels like nothing is happening. If you want to be successful, you need to stop waiting for things to get easier. Life doesn't get easier. The challenges never stop coming. But that's okay, because every challenge you face makes you stronger, more capable, and more prepared for the next one. If you want to create the life you've always dreamed of, you have to learn to embrace the challenges. You have to see them as opportunities, as stepping stones that will take you higher, further, and closer to your goals. The most successful people are the ones who have faced the hardest challenges and kept going. They didn't let adversity stop them. They used it as fuel to push themselves even harder. They understood that success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and an unshakable belief in yourself and your abilities. You are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to, but it all starts with the decision to take action, to keep going, and to never give up. The road to success is long, but it's worth it. Every step you take, every challenge you overcome, brings you one step closer to the life you want. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. The time to act is now. You have everything you need to succeed. All you have to do is take the first step and keep moving forward, no matter what. And when you do, you'll find that the life you've always dreamed of is closer than you think. Number 15, own your actions and create the life you deserve. The time to act is right now. There's no more waiting for the perfect moment or hoping for the stars to align. Your future is built by the actions you take today, not by your dreams or your hopes, but by the work you put in. Your success is in your hands, and the only thing left to do is decide how far you're willing to go to make it happen. It doesn't matter where you are in your journey. It doesn't matter how many times you've failed. What matters is that you're here, you're breathing, and you're capable of doing more than you think. The most successful people didn't start with advantages. They didn't start with a clear path laid out for them. They started with a decision to act, to keep pushing, and to do whatever it takes to turn their vision into reality. The same decision is waiting for you to make today. Think about it. How many times have you sat back, waiting for the right time? How many times have you watched others succeed while you stayed in the same place, hoping for something to change? Here's the hard truth. Nothing will change until you do. You can't wait for opportunities to come to you. You can't wait for the perfect moment to start. That perfect moment doesn't exist. It's the myth that keeps so many people stuck, paralyzed by fear, self-doubt, and uncertainty. The truth is, the only perfect moment is the one you create by taking action. The universe doesn't respond to passive desires. It responds to energy, to action, to the kind of commitment that says, I am doing this no matter what. When you commit to that level of action, the world will open up for you. But it all starts with you making that decision. The path to success is not a straight line, and it's not an easy ride. But what you have to realize is that the struggle is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Every time you fall, every time you face a challenge, every time it feels like you can't go on, that's when you're building the resilience that will carry you forward. Think about the people you admire most, the ones you look at and think, how did they do it? They've faced just as many, if not more, challenges than you. They've had moments when they were unsure, when the road seemed impossible, when quitting felt like the only option. But they didn't quit. They found a way. They dug deeper. They kept going, even when it seemed like nothing was working. The difference between them and those who give up is that they didn't let failure define them. They learned from it. They used it to fuel their next move. You're probably familiar with the phrase, fail forward, but it's not just a catchy slogan. It's a mindset. Failure is inevitable. It doesn't matter who you are or how talented you are. You will face failure. But here's the kicker. Failure is not the end of your story unless you let it be. Failure is the greatest opportunity for growth. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback, a chance to adjust your approach. If you take failure personally, it will hold you back. If you see it as feedback, as a stepping stone, it will push you forward. It's all about perspective. The more you fail, the closer you get to success. But it's your ability to rise again that will define you. The key is to never let your failures determine your worth. They don't reflect who you are. They reflect what you've learned and how you've grown. One of the most powerful things you can do is embrace discomfort. Too many people stop at the first sign of discomfort. They think it means they're on the wrong path, but it's quite the opposite. Discomfort is a signal that you're pushing your limits, that you're expanding beyond where you've been before. You cannot grow without discomfort. You cannot achieve greatness without it. It's easy to stay where you are, to live in the comfort of the known. But if you want more, if you want to create something extraordinary, you have to be willing to step into the unknown. You have to be willing to take risks, to push through the discomfort, to do things that scare you. Because on the other side of that discomfort is the life you've been dreaming of. You have to be willing to put yourself out there, to take chances, and to do things that other people aren't willing to do. Now let's talk about consistency. The magic of success is in the mundane, the everyday actions, the little things you do consistently that add up over time. Success doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen by doing a big thing once. It happens by doing the small things over and over again, even when they don't seem to matter. The person who shows up every day, even when they don't feel like it, is the one who gets ahead. The one who keeps putting in the work, even when no one is watching, is the one who eventually gets results. Consistency is your best friend. It's the thing that will carry you through the tough times. When you feel like giving up, when it seems like your efforts aren't paying off, consistency is the thing that will keep you moving forward. It doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you keep going. But it's not just about doing the work, it's about doing the work with purpose. Every day you have to show up with a sense of intention, with a clear goal in mind, and a commitment to doing whatever it takes to achieve it. This is where your mindset comes into play. If you approach each day with the mentality that you are here to win, that you are here to do whatever it takes to reach your goals, your actions will reflect that. The way you approach your work, the energy you bring, will dictate the results you get. You have to believe in your own potential. You have to trust that the work you're putting in today will pay off in the future. If you ever find yourself doubting, remember this: you're not where you are by accident. You are exactly where you need to be to get to the next level. You're being shaped, you're being tested, and you're being prepared for the success that is on the way. Keep going, even when it's hard, even when the road is tough, even when you feel like quitting. Every step you take is a step closer to the life you've always wanted. You have the power to make it happen. You just have to keep moving forward. No matter what, you are capable of achieving everything you've ever dreamed of. You just have to take the first step. You have to decide that now is the time. You have to make the commitment to show up every day, to push through the discomfort, to keep going even when it feels impossible. The life you want is waiting for you, but it's up to you to take the action that will bring it into reality. The time is now. It's all in your hands. Make it happen. Number 16, rise up every time you fall and keep going. You have more power than you can imagine. It's easy to think that success comes from being in the right place at the right time. But the truth is, it comes from something far more powerful. The choices you make every single day, every action you take, every decision you make, is a step toward the life you want to create. You don't need to wait for the perfect opportunity, because the best time to start is always right now. It's in the moments when you least expect it that greatness is born. That's when you have the chance to rise above your doubts, push past your fears, and take the next step toward the life you've always wanted. We often look at successful people and think they have something we don't, but that's simply not true. What they have is the ability to take consistent, focused action toward their goals, day after day. They've learned that success isn't about waiting for the stars to align or for some magical breakthrough. It's about doing the work, no matter what. It's about showing up, even when the odds are stacked against you, even when it feels like no one believes in you. Success is a result of commitment, resilience, and an unwavering belief that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Think about it. Every time you take a step forward, even if it's a small one, you're closer to your goal. Every time you get up after you fall, you've learned something valuable. The real question isn't whether or not you'll fail, because failure is inevitable. It's part of the journey. The real question is, how will you respond when it happens? Will you let it define you, or will you use it as fuel to keep moving forward? Every successful person has failed at some point. The difference is that they didn't let failure stop them. They used it as a lesson, an opportunity to adjust their approach and come back stronger. That's the mindset you need to adopt. The truth is, you're capable of more than you know. The biggest barrier to your success isn't your circumstances or even the people around you. It's the limiting beliefs you hold about yourself. You might think that you're not good enough, that you don't have the skills, or that it's too late for you to make a change. But those thoughts are just that, thoughts. They're not facts. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is your willingness to believe that you can achieve them. You are capable of more than you can even imagine right now. But first, you have to believe it. You have to take the limits off yourself and step into your full potential. One of the most powerful things you can do is learn to trust the process. So many people give up too soon because they don't see immediate results. But success doesn't happen overnight, and the road to it is never as smooth as we want it to be. It's full of twists, turns, and obstacles that will challenge you in ways you never expected. But every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Every obstacle is a lesson in disguise. When you trust the process, you understand that every setback is just part of the journey. It's not a sign to quit, it's a sign to keep going. You have to trust that every step you take is bringing you closer to where you want to be, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. The thing is, success doesn't require perfection. It doesn't require you to have everything figured out. It doesn't require you to have all the answers, or to never make a mistake. It requires you to show up, day after day, and keep pushing forward, even when it feels like you're not making progress. It requires you to have faith in yourself and your ability to figure things out as you go. The most successful people are not the ones who had it all together from the start. They're the ones who kept going when things got tough. They're the ones who were willing to make mistakes and learn from them. They didn't let their failures define them. They let them refine them. Now I want you to think about something for a second. How many times have you held yourself back because you were afraid of making a mistake or failing? How many times have you stopped yourself from taking action because you weren't sure if you could do it perfectly? The truth is, perfection is overrated. Perfection is just an excuse to avoid taking action. The only way to grow is to take action, to try, to fail, and to learn. There's no such thing as failure if you learn from it. Every time you try something new, you grow. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you expand. That's how you build resilience. That's how you build confidence. By doing, by learning, and by continuing to push forward. If you're waiting for the right time to take action, I'm here to tell you that there is no such thing. The right time is always right now. The moment you decide to act is the moment that everything begins to shift. You don't need to wait for the stars to align or for the perfect conditions. The perfect conditions are the ones you create by taking action. And even if you don't know exactly how things will turn out, taking that first step will give you the clarity you need to keep going. It's not about knowing all the answers. It's about having the courage to start, even when the path ahead isn't clear. And let's not forget the power of consistency. Success is not about doing a big thing once. It's about doing the small things every day, consistently. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, even when it seems like no one is noticing. The people who achieve great things are the ones who are willing to put in the work day in and day out. They know that success is built in the trenches, in the small, everyday actions that most people overlook. The more consistent you are, the more momentum you build. And once that momentum starts, it's unstoppable. Now let me ask you this. What's holding you back? What's stopping you from taking action right now? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it the belief that you're not ready? The truth is, you will never feel ready. There will never be a perfect moment to start. The only thing that will make you ready is taking that first step. And once you do, you'll be amazed at how everything starts to fall into place. So don't wait. Don't hold yourself back any longer. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. The time is now. You have everything you need within you to make it happen. All you have to do is take the first step. The rest will follow. Number 17. Trust your journey and stay committed to your purpose. You are capable of transforming your life in ways you never thought possible. You're sitting there thinking about your dreams, wondering if they're achievable. But let me tell you, the only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is the action you're willing to take. Right now, you are the only one who has the power to change everything. This is the moment where you decide to stop making excuses and start making progress. Every time you hesitate, every time you doubt yourself, you give away a little piece of your future. And I'm here to tell you, there's no time to waste. Your potential is sitting right there in front of you, waiting to be unlocked. And the only key to that door is your willingness to act. Now, I know what you're thinking. You've tried before, right? You've put in the effort, made a plan, only to watch it fall apart. Right when you thought you had it all figured out. It's easy to get discouraged, It's easy to think that the universe is against you, that it's just not meant to be. But the truth is, the universe isn't out to get you. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is your ability to keep going when things get hard. If it were easy, everyone would do it. If success came without struggle, we'd all be living the lives we dream of. But that's not how it works. The journey to success is paved with obstacles, setbacks, and challenges. But here's the thing, those obstacles aren't meant to break you. They're meant to build you. They're the fuel that propels you toward greatness. So every time you feel defeated, every time you think about giving up, remember this, that obstacle is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your next chapter. If you look at the most successful people in the world, you'll notice something. They're not smarter, more talented, or luckier than you. They just know how to keep going when everyone else gives up. They understand that failure is a part of the process, not a reason to quit. And that's the mindset you need to adopt. You have to stop being afraid of failing, because every time you fail, you learn. Every time you fall down, you get back up stronger than before. Failure doesn't define you. How you respond to failure does. And here's the good news. You can respond in a way that moves you closer to success. No matter how many times you fail, all you have to do is keep moving forward. That's the secret. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about learning how to embrace it, how to use it as a stepping stone to your next victory. It's easy to think that success is a matter of being in the right place at the right time. But that's just another excuse. Success is about showing up, day after day, and doing the work. It's about having the courage to take action, even when you don't have all the answers. It's about trusting that if you keep putting one foot in front of the other, you'll eventually get to where you want to be. And the best part? You don't have to do it alone. You have everything you need inside of you to succeed. All it takes is a little confidence, a little belief in yourself, and the willingness to take that first step, no matter how small it may seem. Now, I know the journey can feel lonely sometimes. You might look around and wonder if anyone else is going through the same thing. You might feel like you're fighting an uphill battle, and no one is there to support you. But here's the truth. You are never alone. There are millions of people who feel exactly the way you do, who are facing the same struggles, and who are fighting the same battles. But what sets you apart from them, what makes you different, is your ability to keep going. You are stronger than you think. You have an incredible power within you to achieve things that most people will never even attempt. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is your willingness to take action every single day. Think about the times you've pushed through in the past. Maybe you didn't know how you were going to make it, but you kept moving forward anyway. Maybe you didn't have all the resources, but you made it work. Maybe you were scared, but you took that step anyway. That's the power of perseverance. That's the strength you have inside of you. And I need you to understand that this strength, this resilience, is what will carry you through the toughest moments of your life. The road to success is not a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and detours that you never saw coming. But every time you hit a bump in the road, every time you stumble, you have the power to get back up and keep going. That's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's not the lack of obstacles that leads to success. It's the ability to keep going despite them. Now it's time to stop looking for reasons why you can't succeed. You don't need permission to be great. You don't need to wait for someone else to believe in you before you believe in yourself. You don't need the approval of others to chase your dreams. The only thing you need is to make a decision right now to show up every single day and give your best. You have everything inside of you that you need to succeed. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment. You don't have to wait for the perfect conditions. The perfect time is right now. And the only thing you have to do is take that first step. That's it. Everything else will fall into place as you move forward. This is your moment. This is the time to step into the life you've always dreamed of. You have the strength, the courage, and the power to make it happen. And it all starts with you. Don't wait. Don't make excuses. Don't let fear hold you back. The time is now. Step into your greatness and let the world see what you're capable of. You are unstoppable. You have everything you need inside of you to make your dreams a reality. The only thing standing between you and your future is the action you take today. Number 18. Challenge your limits and push yourself beyond expectations. You're not here by accident. You're here because something inside you is stirring, telling you that you are meant for more, that you are capable of achieving things you might not have thought possible. The only thing holding you back right now is the story you're telling yourself. It's the belief that you're not enough, that you're too far behind, or that success is for someone else. But I'm here to tell you the truth. You have everything you need to succeed right now at this very moment. And that truth, that realization, is what will shift everything for you. This isn't about luck. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect set of circumstances. That perfect moment will never come. If you keep waiting for everything to fall into place, you'll wait forever. The key to success, to happiness, to building the life you truly want, is to take action now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when things get easier. Now, the best time to take that first step is the moment you decide to stop holding yourself back. The moment you stop thinking about the what ifs and start thinking about what's next. Because once you make that decision, once you commit to moving forward, you'll be unstoppable. You'll look back and wonder why it ever took you so long to make that leap. It's not about being perfect. Perfection is a trap. Perfection is the enemy of progress. If you wait until everything is perfect, you'll never start. If you wait until you feel completely ready, you'll never take action. The truth is, you're never going to feel 100% ready, and that's okay. It's the people who push forward despite feeling uncertain, despite feeling scared, who are the ones who make it. The key to overcoming that fear, to overcoming that hesitation, is to take imperfect action. It's to put one foot in front of the other, even if you're not sure where the path is going. It's to trust that your next step will reveal itself once you take the first one. You've got this power within you, this strength, this drive, and it's waiting to be tapped into. But it all starts with a mindset shift. It's about changing the way you view challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. They're not roadblocks, they're stepping stones. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow, to become better, stronger, and more resilient. And each time you push through, each time you keep going, despite the difficulties, you're building a foundation for something incredible. You're building a life that no one can take from you. You're building the version of yourself that's capable of achieving anything, no matter how big, no matter how impossible it may seem. What you have to understand is that this journey you're on isn't about the end result. It's about who you become along the way. It's about learning the lessons that will serve you for the rest of your life. The person you are becoming is the most important part of this entire process. Every failure, every setback, every moment of doubt is shaping you into someone capable of achieving the things you never thought possible. You are getting stronger with every step you take. You are building your resilience, your discipline, your courage, and your determination. And every single time you take action, even when it feels hard, even when you don't know what's coming next, you're getting closer to that version of yourself who can accomplish the impossible. You've probably heard people say things like, trust the process, or just keep going, even when it's hard. But the truth is, trusting the process isn't always easy. It's not about ignoring the struggle. It's about acknowledging the struggle and choosing to push forward anyway. It's about recognizing that growth doesn't happen in the absence of challenges. Growth happens when you face those challenges head on and refuse to back down. It happens when you decide that no matter how many times you fall, you'll always get back up. It happens when you refuse to let your failures define you, when you use them as fuel to propel you forward. You're going to face doubts. You're going to face people who tell you it can't be done. You're going to face moments when you question if it's all worth it. But here's the thing. Those doubts, those moments of uncertainty, don't mean you're on the wrong path. They mean you're on the right path. They mean you're growing, you're evolving, and you're pushing beyond the limits of what you once thought possible. And that's exactly where you need to be. Because in those moments of doubt, when you decide to keep moving forward, you're proving to yourself just how much you're capable of. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for everything to align perfectly. The best time to take action is right now. Don't wait until you're ready. Don't wait until you feel confident. Don't wait until the road is clear. Take that first step, even if it's small. Take that first step, even if you're scared, and then take the next one. and the one after that. And before you know it, you'll be looking back and marveling at how far you've come. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to figure it all out on your own. But you do have to take the first step. You do have to show up. You have to believe in yourself and trust that you have everything inside of you to make this happen. Because the truth is, you already do. Everything you need is within you. You just have to stop doubting it and start believing in yourself. Success isn't a destination. It's a journey. It's not something that happens once you reach a certain milestone or achieve a specific goal. Success is found in the moments when you choose to take action, even when it feels uncomfortable. It's found in the moments when you push through the fear and uncertainty, and when you choose to believe that you are capable of achieving greatness. It's found in the person you become as you continue to move forward, no matter what. So let go of the excuses, let go of the doubts, let go of the fear, and start moving toward the life you were always meant to live right now, because you are unstoppable, you are powerful, you are capable of achieving everything you've ever dreamed of. And the only thing standing between you and your future is the decision you make right now. Number 19, master self-discipline and unlock your true potential. You can feel it, can't you? That fire deep inside you, waiting for the moment when you finally decide to unleash it. You know there's more inside you than what you've shown so far. You've got a potential that's begging to be realized, a strength that's been waiting for the right moment to emerge. But here's the truth. The moment is right now. There's no need to wait for a sign. There's no need to wait for the perfect conditions. The perfect time to go after your dreams is always in the present. It's in the choices you make today that will determine the success you experience tomorrow. No more excuses, no more waiting. This is your moment. You've probably heard people tell you that success takes time, that you have to work hard and grind for years before you see results. And while it's true that success doesn't happen overnight, there's something you need to understand. Success doesn't just happen because you put in the work. It happens because you believe in yourself and keep pushing forward, even when it seems like nothing is working. Every great achievement, every moment of triumph, starts with a belief. It starts with the moment you decide to push through the resistance, to keep going even when you don't see the results yet. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is that one group keeps going even when they can't see the finish line. And you're one of the ones who's going to keep going. The path to success is not a straight line. It's filled with ups and downs, twists and turns, and plenty of moments where you feel like giving up. But every setback, every failure is just another lesson on your journey. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who fail and get back up. They're the ones who learn from their mistakes and keep going, no matter how many times life knocks them down. And you can do that too. You can rise up, no matter what life throws at you. But it all starts with a decision. It starts with you deciding that failure isn't the end of your story. It's just the beginning of a new chapter. When you stop making excuses, when you stop telling yourself that you can't or that you're not good enough, that's when the real growth happens. That's when you stop playing small and start playing for the life you truly deserve. It's easy to get comfortable in the place you're in, to tell yourself that things are fine as they are. But here's the thing, the life you're capable of living is so much bigger than that. The dreams you have, the goals you want to achieve, they're not meant to stay in your imagination. They're meant to be realized. And the only thing standing between where you are now and where you want to be is the belief that you can do it. The world is filled with people who are waiting for things to be just right before they take action. But if you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you'll never act. The perfect moment doesn't exist. Success isn't about having the perfect circumstances, the perfect skills, or the perfect plan. It's about taking action in spite of the uncertainty. It's about stepping into the unknown and trusting that the path will reveal itself as you move forward. The most successful people in the world didn't wait until everything was perfect. They took action anyway. They failed, they learned, and they kept going. And that's what you need to do too. You've got the ability to achieve everything you want in life, but it's not going to come to you by accident. It's going to come because you take action. It's going to come because you're willing to face the obstacles and keep going. Even when it's tough, you're going to have to work for it. But when you work for something with everything you've got, that's when you start to see real change. That's when you begin to see the rewards of your efforts. You may not see immediate results, but that doesn't mean you're not making progress. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step closer to the life you want to live. The difference between those who reach their goals and those who don't isn't talent. It's persistence. It's the ability to keep going, no matter how many times you fail or how long it takes. It's about pushing through the tough days and showing up, even when you don't feel like it. Every day you keep going, even when it feels hard. You're building something. You're building the strength, the resilience, and the character that's required to achieve your dreams. The more you push through, the more confident you'll become. And with that confidence comes the power to keep moving forward. No matter what, it's easy to look at someone who's already successful and think it must have been easy for them. But the truth is, every successful person you admire has had to push through their own struggles, their own doubts, and their own failures. What sets them apart is not their talent or luck. It's their commitment to keep going when everyone else gave up. They've learned to turn their setbacks into fuel for the fire. And that's exactly what you need to do too. Every time you face a challenge, you have a choice. You can either let it defeat you, or you can use it as an opportunity to grow. You can use it as a lesson that makes you stronger, smarter, and more prepared for what's coming next. The journey to success is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about consistency. It's about showing up day after day, doing the work, and staying focused on your goal. And here's the best part. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to keep moving forward. Even if you don't know the next step, take the first one. Even if you're scared, take the next one. Keep moving forward and trust that the steps will unfold as you go. The key to success is not in waiting for the perfect moment or having the perfect plan. It's in taking action, even when things aren't perfect. It's in trusting yourself and trusting the process, knowing that every step you take is getting you closer to the life you want. You have everything you need to succeed right now. You just have to believe in yourself and take that first step. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop making excuses. It's time to stop holding yourself back. The time to act is now. Take action today, no matter how small the step, and you'll be one step closer to your dreams. There's no limit to what you can achieve if you just believe in yourself and keep moving forward. You've got this. Keep going. Number 20, take bold steps toward your goals and never look back. You have a dream inside you, and it's not something that's just going to disappear. That spark, that feeling in your gut is there for a reason. You were meant for more. You were born with a purpose that's bigger than your current circumstances. But here's the reality. It's not going to be handed to you. You're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to dig deep, stay focused, and never give up, no matter how tough it gets. The road to success isn't paved with ease, and it's not a straight line. But that's where the power lies, in your ability to keep moving forward when the world tries to pull you back. When life challenges you, you don't quit. You rise. You become stronger, better, and more determined than ever. And that's how you win. You win by refusing to quit, even when the odds are stacked against you. The world is full of people who've given up on their dreams because they couldn't handle the tough days, the setbacks, and the failures. But you're different. You're not like the others. You're the one who's willing to fight for what you want, to keep going when the easy path is to quit. The moment you decide that you're going to keep pushing no matter what is the moment you change the game. It's the moment you start to take control of your destiny and start crafting the future you deserve. And it starts with one thing: action. You can't just dream about success. You can't just wish it into existence. You have to work for it. And it all starts with your decision to take action right now. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. It doesn't matter how many obstacles get in your way. What matters is that you keep moving forward. It's about having the courage to face the uncertainty and move through it. It's about trusting yourself and your ability to handle whatever comes your way. When you make the decision to go all in on your dreams, you're no longer a spectator in your life. You're the one driving the bus. You're the one in control. The challenges you face won't define you, but how you respond to them will. Your ability to keep going to learn from every experience, and to adapt is what separates those who succeed from those who fall short. And you, my friend, are built for success. You have the resilience inside you to face any obstacle and keep moving forward. All you have to do is believe it and take that first step. People will doubt you. The world will question your decisions. Your friends and family might not understand your journey, and that's okay. It's not their dream, it's yours. The people who doubt you are the same ones who didn't have the courage to go after their own dreams, and they'll try to bring you down to their level. Don't listen to them. Don't let their doubts become your doubts. You've got something inside you that they don't understand. Your dreams, your vision, your purpose. It's yours to fulfill, and no one can take that from you. Don't let the opinions of others dictate your future. Trust your own voice, your own gut. Listen to the fire inside you that tells you to keep going. You have everything you need right now to make it happen. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is your willingness to act. There will be days when you feel like giving up, when everything seems too difficult, when the weight of the world feels like it's crushing you. But in those moments, remember this: you were born to handle this. You were born for greatness, for more than just surviving. This life was meant to be lived with purpose. And when you're on the verge of quitting, that's when you're closest to your breakthrough. Success doesn't come easy, and it's not supposed to. It's supposed to challenge you, to test you, to make sure you're ready for the life you've been dreaming of. Every challenge you face is shaping you, molding you into the person you need to be to achieve your goals. And if you give up now, you'll never know just how close you were to success. The world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe it to yourself to go after what you want. No one is going to hand you your dreams on a silver platter. No one is going to give you a shortcut to success. You've got to earn it. You've got to prove to yourself that you're willing to put in the work, to keep going when everyone else quits, because that's the only way it's going to happen. If you want to be successful, you've got to show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when things aren't going your way, even when it feels like the world is working against you. Because success is not just about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about the person you become along the way. Your mind is a powerful thing, and it will either work for you or against you, depending on how you choose to use it. If you believe in yourself, if you believe in your dreams, and if you believe that you can achieve what you've set out to do, then nothing will be able to stop you. But if you allow doubt, fear, and negativity to take over, then you will never reach your full potential. Your mindset is the foundation for everything you do. If you can control your thoughts, if you can train your mind to stay focused on what you want, instead of what you don't want, then success becomes inevitable. The more you believe in your own abilities, the more you will accomplish. And the best part, the more you accomplish, the more you will believe in yourself. It's a self-fulfilling cycle that leads to greatness. You have everything you need to succeed within you right now. It's not about waiting for the right time. It's not about waiting for someone to give you permission. It's about recognizing the power you already possess and taking action. The moment you stop waiting for someone else to give you the green light is the moment your life changes forever. Your dreams are in your hands, and the time to act is now. Take the leap. Make the decision. Do what you need to do to make your dreams a reality. The world is waiting for you to show up and do your thing, and the world will be better for it. Because when you go after what you want with everything you have, you inspire others to do the same. You lead by example, and that's how you create a life that's not just good but great.